What's up, everyone? It's RobFuz. How's it going, everyone? What is going on? If you have not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button down below, and of course, hit that bell. I do all different kind of things: travel, Disney, Star Wars, fun. We have pub talk. We have Frankie Friday. We have a lot of cool things. So, and of course, tomorrow I am going on the Norwegian Jade on the Runaway to Paradise cruise with John Bon Jovi. I'm so excited. Welcome, everyone. Sorry about the delay. Little traffic over there in California. All good. These guys right here, Derick and Greggory, my men, my buddies, my power channel, my D&G explorers, my sponsors. You guys are awesome. Welcome to the stream. And, you know, I'm going on a cruise. I know zero. I was telling these guys before the thing. I know zero. So who do I go to? These guys right here. They are incredible. They're amazing. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you, Rob.
Hey,
thank you. Yeah,
thank
you
you
for bearing with us. I was telling Rob that I just switched and to another store that I work at, and it's actually closer than the other store, but it takes a lot longer. It took me an hour and 10 minutes to get home today. And you're pointing at something.
Can you give me that?
This? Oh, all right, sorry. Okay. Old man Greg needs some back support over here.
Well, there's nothing
but
here.
we're excited. We're excited to hear about what you're doing with your cruise and what it's going to be like, because I know whenever they do these special cruises, it's different than what you can expect on a normal cruise. So that's going to be exciting to see what your experience will be on that. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, because when I called, you know, I had to register and everything. They called it the charter. It's a charter. So Six Man is the name of the company. They've done over 120 cruises. They're incredible. I've always looked up to this company and everything. And for the, you know, I worked with Runaway Tours for years now, and for Bon Jovi for years. And for us to team up with this company, Six Man, it's pretty cool, and I'm so excited. So I've always dreamed about doing one of these cruises, and it is a John Bon Jovi, and I'm doing two, which is crazy. It's crazy. So I know you guys know. Go ahead, Derick.
This whole ship is then chartered, right? There is no available, like other people couldn't have joined it from like the outside. It had to been specifically, it's chartered specifically for Bon Jovi, right?
Yeah, you would have to go to runawaytoparadise.com and you would have to sign up through there through Six Man. And yeah, I think it's 100% chart. There's no other outside people. Yeah, as far as I know, those outside people are going to be in for a rude awakening. They got on a cruise with all these people, you know.
Because I know they had some special ones before that I watched on some YouTube videos, and they did, because they weren't selling them out. They were selling them to, it wasn't the public, but they had to still go through certain ways to get it.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. It's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, we'll explain kind of what you can expect on a normal cruise, but so it might be different, but I think some of the stuff will still be the same for it.
Yeah.
So Rob's never been on a cruise before.
No, yeah, that's not true. I've been on a cruise. This is sad, Gregory. I went on a cruise. My high school, our high school trip was to a cruise. It was like a 2-day cruise or 3-day cruise. It was I don't remember what the ship was. I don't remember the ship line. It was out of New York. It was really bad. And I was on a Costa cruise about 12 years ago or 11 years ago. So I did go on 2 cruises before. So this is my first real modern cruise, my first cruise, you know, that I probably want to admit. Well, the Costa cruise was amazing. It was really good. I think we went to like Mexico area, some different. I just forget a lot of this stuff. I went with relatives and everything. We had a blast. So I'm not downing that cruise, but this cruise is my first Norwegian cruise, of course. And I know how many Norwegian cruises have you guys done?
We've done one, but we have one booked this September on the Norwegian Escape.
Yeah.
And then we are also looking at doing one in 2021 on an NCL, Norwegian.
Yeah, we did have one in November, but we actually...
That's Disney.
And yeah, but we ended up moving it to February of next year. So it just works out better that way.
Yeah, there is differences between Disney and Norwegian. So, but I mean, every cruise line is going to run things a little bit different. We enjoyed our time on the Norwegian Bliss. We thought it would just be Disney. We would never want to cruise another cruise line again. But we had a really good time. It was on the Norwegian Bliss, which is their newest ship. In fact, when we sailed on it, it was only 6 months before its maiden voyage. So it was really new.
Don't go crazy, because we've done Disney and Norwegian. Doesn't mean we're going to do Carnival necessarily. So.
And then we booked our group cruise in, it's 2020. It's going to be on the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas. So that's going to be our group cruise.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Very cool.
So we're getting a more. We're trying to experience different cruise lines just to see what's out there.
Yeah.
Is that what a
So we have a little dilly
for your Bon Voyage trip tomorrow? So dilly.
Thank you guys. I can't wait. Yeah, I just I got upgraded. I'm on American Airlines. I got upgraded. I get free alcohol on my flight already. So I'm going to be dilly-dillying it in the morning right off the bat. By the way, thank you so much, Lisa. Post not one but 2 super chats. We got 2 super chats already. Thank you so much, Lisa. That was awesome. You drink on her. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Lisa's done a bunch of Runaway tourist trips. She's not doing the cruise, but dilly. Here we go. Cheers, guys. And don't forget, my stream is sponsored by these guys. Dilly. DG Explorer is my sponsor. Thank you guys so much for being my sponsor, by the way. I wanted to get to that too. You guys are awesome. You guys, I always, people love talking about DG Explorers, and it just like I said, I think it caught on. I think it's it's pretty awesome. So
yeah,
I threw a lot of people your way too. Hopefully that is a good thing. So
yeah, it's good. I mean, this community is awesome because I know on Jim for More Sunshine, Please, and Bob and Ashley and other channels too have mentioned it. So it's really cool to get that kind of support. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And I told you when I play video games with the guys, they burp, sponsored by DG Explorers, whatever. It's fun. It's just all fun. So thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate it. And don't forget, guys, tomorrow, this is the big thing. Tomorrow, what is it? I forget what it's called already. The Sail Away, right? Sail Away. That they call it.
The Sail Away party.
Yeah, the Sail Away party. I'm gonna be streaming on the deck. What is it called? See, I don't know anything. What do they call when they do go through the safety procedures and stuff like that?
Oh, it's oh gosh. Now you're making me think. It's the muster drill.
Yeah.
The muster drill, right. So right after the muster drill, I'm going to go live. I'm going to go to the top deck. If you guys are watching, you're going to be on the cruise tomorrow. Come join me, walk around with me. We're going to do probably about an hour as we sail away until the stream stops pretty much. I'm going to be right after the muster drill. See, you guys are helping me already. I don't know. I forget the muster drills. So have you guys done that? Have you live streamed from the
we did one live stream.
Yeah,
we tried to do it on the Bliss, and the internet connection was horrendous.
I couldn't even use the app.
No, yeah, he couldn't log on to it.
He did, but
I want to talk about that too. So
on the Disney Magic that we went in April, we tried to live stream from. We did live stream from Key West, while we were still on an American port.
Sense, yep.
And the graininess of it was so bad that we ended up just deleting the video because it came out really poor.
I don't even remember doing that.
That's because it came out so poor that I looked at it and deleted it. But we did. But those are the only 2. I think on the Escape we're going to do the internet package, which should give us better internet connection. So we're looking at doing that for this September.
Sweet, yeah. But I was just wondering, like, you did right before. Like, I guess you haven't done that with the Sail Away, I guess. So
no, we've vlogged it. We've vlogged it on all of our ships because that is a cool experience. But I haven't done a live stream like some of these other channels that have done.
No, I'm excited. I got a bunch of new gear. I'm gonna be doing using my gear, and I'm gonna be doing photography on that. That's my job. I'll be doing the photos with John Bon Jovi and everyone going on the cruise, which is amazing. I've been doing that, I don't know, 6-7 years now. So I was asked to come on to do it. I'm working the cruise and everything, so I'm excited. That's a fun thing to do and everything. It really is a cool thing because I get to make people's dreams come true. They get to meet John Bon Jovi and we take a photo and everything. So that's part of the perks. We're doing 2 different sessions. Saturday and Sunday we go and do that. So I'll talk about the cruise, but I see Meg from Mickey's Magic. Meg, hey Meg, what's going on? Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Let me go over some people here real quick, guys, before we get into this too. We've got Noah's here, Supermod. We got More Sunshine, Please. Jim, what's going on? Power Channel. Steve's World's here. Arjon's is here. The mighty Arjon's Finding Neverland. Bill John, I think that's your name. Alyssa, how's it going? Meg from Mickey's Magic. Zippity Doodad, happy birthday week, Zippity Zoodad. Who else is here? Greg's here. Hey, Greg, what's going on, everyone? Noah, I said Noah's here, my super mod. I hope everyone's good. Lisa Post, of course, thank you so much for those 2 super chats. That was very nice of you. Super enthused Jackie, what's going on? Hope everyone's doing good. And yeah, welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. And don't forget, tomorrow, about 3:30, I think it's going to be more like after the muster drill. That's when I'm going to go live on the channel. And hopefully you guys, if you're around, you can do this too. Ice in the house. Vonna from What's Going Kay at was here. So what the hell? Why is it called the muster drill? We'll start there. What's going on? What's a muster drill?
Everybody musters into certain areas.
They must.
Oh, makes
they must
sense.
muster.
I don't know why they call it that.
They'll hold up the ship if everybody doesn't show up, because they swipe you in with your card, and if everybody isn't on the manifest, then they'll search until they find everybody. And if they don't, then I think you get fined if you don't.
That's like the regulation rules, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So those of you who might not know what that is, every time you go on a cruise, you have to meet at a certain area, and they basically talk about what happens if the ship has to be evacuated, where your meeting spot is going to be. So on your card, your cruise card is going to have the name of the location, but everyone has to join once you get, whether it could be in a restaurant. On the Bliss, it was in a restaurant. On the Disney, it was on the balcony. You show up there, like Greg said, they scan you in to verify that you showed up to it.
The entire ship could fit in this area, like the entire.
No, everyone is going to have their own meeting spot. So it'll show up on your card. They'll say section C is going to meet down here. Section D is going to meet over there. So whatever it says on your card, you're going to go your stateroom key. Then you're going to go to that meeting point. So on the Norwegian, they didn't have us bring our life jackets.
Mm-hmm. So on the Disney one,
they did. So
weird.
I'm pretty sure you won't have to bring your life jacket with you.
Makes sense though. And I'll be honest with you, I think the last cruise I went to, I had to bring my life jacket. The Costa cruise back at 11.
Yeah,
I remember doing that.
So everyone has to. It's a maritime law, I guess, if you want to call it that you have to appear at one of those things, because they will check everyone to make sure that they're there. And it depends. It's not really that long, 15, 20 minutes. Some cruise lines do it quicker than others. Some do it a little bit longer.
Jim gave a Google definition in the chat. That's cool.
Jim says a muster drill is a mandatory safety exercise with the objective to familiarize all guests and crew with the location, the muster station, where they are to assemble in the unlikely event of an emergency.
Just makes sense. Obviously, there's issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could happen.
You never know what's going to happen, and there is. Not like the Titanic, there will be more than enough room on the ships, the lifeboats, for everyone to fit in there. So
there's been a lot of issues with ships lately.
Yes, there is.
There is horrible storm that one was stuck in. They had to airlift people out and everything. I don't think everybody got off of there. Some of them had to stay on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
Not that that's going to happen. Don't worry.
No.
Stuff happens, So, but yeah, I saw that. It's not very pleasant going into a cruise and seeing something like that,
So you're going out of Miami, right? The port of Miami.
By the way, if you haven't subscribed to D&G Explorers, I just posted the link. I'm going to post it again. Please, please, please. Good friends of mine. I'm going to post it again. Their channel's amazing. They do a lot of cruise, a lot of fun. They're great guys. Definitely check out D&G Explorers. They're my sponsor channel. They're my friends. I love their channel. Thank you guys so much. We move on. Sorry about that, guys. I had to plug you guys again because I had to break for my sponsor, by the way, which is you guys, which is great. So, all right, go ahead, Derick. I'm sorry.
No. Thank you so much. So you are flying, or you're sailing out of Miami, right?
I am. Yes, Miami port. Yes.
That is a beautiful port. Now we've sailed out of it twice.
Some people don't like to sail out of Miami.
Well, I don't think they like it. Because they live in the Orlando area and they'd rather go an hour away than 3.5, 4 hours drive down there to Miami. But in terms of sailing out of a port, it's really cool because you're so close to downtown Miami when you're sailing out, that it's a really cool experience to sail out of there. So I think you're gonna like that, just the beauty of the port. So you'll like it a lot. And it's kind of cool because you go in a tunnel on one side of the road if it's open, and then when you're actually going under the water, and when you come out, you're going on the other side of it, and that's right where all the garages in there for the dock. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool experience.
Very cool.
But one of the things to first expect when you get there is to you have to your luggage. There's someone at the port that will take your luggage from you. They're the ones that are going to make sure that it gets on the ship. So these are your big luggage that you're going to be taking with you that are not your carry-ons. There'll be someone at the port there to help you with that. You can't take your luggage in, your big bags. There is a carry-on that you'll be able to take. But typically people will tip the porters $1 to $2 per bag, kind of like they do in the airport. But it's good to be kind to them.
Hit the wire and pull them.
Sorry. It's good to be kind to them because they're handling your luggage. And if you want your luggage to be treated a little bit nicer, you don't want to upset the porters that if you don't tip them or something like that. So be prepared to tip them a couple of bucks per bag for just to make sure it gets on there. Your luggage won't be in the room waiting for you. It could take anywhere on our cruise. We got our luggage pretty quick. Sometimes. Yeah, we got on about 10:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock, which is pretty early, and our luggage probably didn't show up till about 3 o'clock. We had someone who went to dinner with us
because I want to get into some shorts and everything, so I'm going to pack a separate outfit in my
and your carry-on pack
because I got a lot of gear and everything.
Extra pair of clothes.
Okay, that's
or extra set of clothes. I mean,
yeah,
guys, I didn't know. Good, that's good.
So they always say on your carry-on, and we learned this because those who have been watching our Bliss vlogs, we had issues with our plane. And we weren't sure if we were going to make the cruise, and we flew in the day before.
You had all kind of issues.
We had a lot, yeah. And but what we did is luckily because
I've told you guys this. Is it bad that those vlogs were incredible? I love the way you guys covered them and everything. You made a bad situation. It was pretty dramatic. It's probably wrong to say I enjoyed them, but you did. I enjoyed the way you handled it because you guys are awesome. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Very well.
It wouldn't help if we were upset or anything. It wouldn't have helped the situation. So we were just doing our normal thing, and people were more willing to help you if you're not like lashing out at them and stuff. So
yeah, it wasn't their fault. It was a part on a plane which was broken, and we didn't know if we were going to get a plane part sent to them or it was a new plane. But it was good on that.
Part of the plane was broken.
But what we had planned to do in the beginning, though, we didn't really, once we got to the hotel in Miami, because again, we went the night before, we didn't really want to dive into our luggage. We wanted to leave it untouched. So in our carry-on, we had an extra set of clothes. We had like underwear, socks, pants, shirts, our toothbrush and all that. So we would just basically use that on the first night. However, we were a little bit concerned because we thought that might have been our only luggage. When we actually made the plane, our luggage was on a different plane.
Yeah,
so the hint on that is, or what we would recommend is take, because when you go to the dining restaurants, you shouldn't be wearing shorts. You shouldn't be wearing tank tops. Pack a like a more of a dressier clothing and this is in the main dining room. If you go to the buffet, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're going into a main dining room, which is complimentary, you're not supposed to wear tank tops in there. So we had a change of clothing in case that happened. So we would recommend doing that. Having something with clothes, shorts in there if you want to do that. If you want to switch, that's what a lot of people do. They'll wear swim trunks.
So you're telling me though, like it might be as late as after dinner for getting my luggage?
For one person, it was. Yeah, I think that rarely will happen, but it could happen, and it did happen to one of the group cruisers that was with us on the Bliss. So it could happen. You never know. I'm
gonna brag here, but I am considered staff actually, so I think I might get a little bit different treatment. So hopefully that's the case. So, but I just probably jinx myself.
He'll be the last one to get his stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. Yes, Gregory, I just jinxed it, didn't I? I just jinxed it. But okay, but see, I didn't even think of that. That's awesome. So you're saying bring like shorts and then maybe bring like my nice pants too, just in case.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. And because you think when you're flying, you're usually wearing something different than what you want to wear on the ship. So for the most part, it just gives you a little bit more flexibility.
Good night, everybody. That tip alone was great. See, that's a great tip. Thank you. I didn't think of that. I'm not going to think of these things. That was great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So yeah, and then if you have any, like, again, medication or anything like that, because some people, they
yeah.
travel, especially a lot of cruisers, you're talking about some of the generations which are up there. If there's any medication, they don't say put them in your luggage, put them in your carry-on, just so in case you need to do that.
Right. I think one other good tip you said, kind of, and you might get to it, but I think you said start like the seasickness, like that, those pills and everything, like start
the Dramamine. Yeah.
Start tonight, you were saying, right? That's a good.
I would do it tonight because
or the things on your wrist,
the C-bands, which I might have one around here.
I have one. I should put it on now.
No, you don't need that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you can do that on the ship. I will tell you why. For me, I get motion sickness very easily. When I was on my first cruise was way back in the day, back in 1993. It was on the Big Red Boat, which was then the official cruise line of Walt Disney World before the Disney ships came out about. And all the excitement, I knew about people saying, you know, take pills. I knew I was prone to or car sickness. I didn't take the pills because you're excited, you know, you're getting on the ship and all that. Within 30 minutes after the ship left port, I was running to the room trying to get pills, and at that point it was too late, and I threw up basically the whole night. It was pretty intense. I mean, it was miserable.
Was it a rough trip, or?
It wasn't a rough trip. It was just, I'm such a wimp when it comes to, I even get sick on certain rides. So I learned then to make sure the day before to take the pills so it's in my system, just in case I forget, because there's a lot going on, especially with you when you're basically flying in the morning of, you're traveling to the port and then you're getting on. It's easy to forget things. At least you have that into your system to kind of help you out with that. So that's what I would recommend.
Monica D is asking if the C-bands work. We'd like to think they work. They have like the little pressure point things that are supposed to help with motion sickness. I think I took mine off and didn't really feel anything different. I guess maybe I don't get motion sickness that easily. So
no,
but I also took the Dramamine, so I think one or the other might be good enough for me anyway. Everybody's different though.
Yeah,
okay,
Greg handles motion sickness well, but yeah, it's just like the sweatbands that you see like the tennis players wear.
But it has a little plastic dome thing that pushes against your pressure points.
So it could, and they tell you like it has to be this far away from like the pressure point is. Now I will tell you, I think it's more mental, because I was wearing it outside with the pressure point sticking out.
It's a new fashion.
Instead of it into my pressure point.
Watch, like,
yeah, it was sticking out. So and I didn't have any issues, but I think a lot of it was because I had the Dramamine. But I have the C-bands on me the whole trip. I do the Dramamine every day, and I haven't had any issues on it. So, and that's just me, because I get sick very easy. If I'm in a car, I'm in the back seat, I usually end up getting sick. So I'm one of the severe travelers, unfortunately.
It's not that it's good, but you know, just if you have anyone has issues, and it's good to do those precautions. Yeah.
On a short cruise, if you're sick one day, you're going to be miserable, and especially if you have a job that you have to do. I'm not sure you know what you're going to be tied up with at certain times. It will be miserable, because I basically had to stare at a point on the wall. We had an inside cabin, and they just said, stare at a point on the wall, because I couldn't take anything. I couldn't keep anything down. So that was one of the most miserable nights, and I could go nowhere. I tried to go to 80 different spots on the ship, and it wasn't good. So I would do it just to be on the safe side. Another thing which is going to be interesting, and you talked about, you know, maybe points to like to vlog. I think the differences between what's actually you're going to experience on the cruise, because this is going to be in your it's called the Freestyle Daily, which is what Norwegian's daily guide is. Itinerary. Yeah, so this says day 1. It tells you everything which is going on. It tells you the time of the restaurants. It tells you how to catch a show. So it gives you a lot of informative stuff on here. If you have special dietary needs, which restaurants are open 24/7, because when we didn't cruise, we thought the buffets were open 24/7. They're not, and a lot of times it depends on the ship. They can close at 10:30, 11 o'clock, or have a lesser menu as you get later into that time. But there is a restaurant on yours. It's called O'Sheehan's, which usually is in the middle of the ship. It's a Irish pub, but it's 24/7. So if you get that cravings in the middle of the night, then you could go over there, and it's complimentary. Yeah, it's a restaurant, and it's complimentary for you to be able to go. But this is good when you get in there, because it's going to tell you a lot of different stuff in here. It tells you, like this here, if you need any clothes pressed, get 50% off pressing services. So look for that if you think you need anything, because you don't have an iron on there for safety reasons. Obviously, they don't want people ironing their clothes in the room.
Whoa. See, this is another thing I don't know. So there's no iron on board?
No.
Nothing?
You have a hair dryer, I think.
There's a hair dryer.
Very low voltage. So.
Yeah. And what some people do is
try to iron your clothes with a hair dryer.
Yeah, the last thing you want is a fire on the ship, and if someone leaves an iron down and it catches things on fire.
So I did steam a lot of my clothes. Someone gave me the tip where you put it in. You did it like in a. I put like a dry cleaner bag around it too, like my nice shirts and everything. That usually helps. That was a great tip.
Yeah.
So.
And people like in the shower, they'll hang it up in there, so it steams out too. So you don't necessarily have to do that. We did this on the Disney ship. We did it, but we didn't press our clothes on the Norwegian one. But it just depends what your ship is going to look like. But it's cool because it tells you, like on here, it tells you what's going on in the morning. It tells you what's going on in the afternoon, at night. So like some of the stuff, it says meet your onboard acupuncturist. So if you want to get acupunctured, you can definitely do that. There's a guided ship tour. There's a mandatory lifeboat drill, but there's a lot of different stuff. Free spa raffle, early evening trivia. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of events, since it's not a typical Norwegian sponsored cruise.
Yeah, I'll get the schedule later. It's insane. It's just, Tonic, one of my favorite bands, are playing. Collective Soul's playing. John's playing 2 nights. There's a couple different bands. There's DJs. There's a ton of stuff going on. It is crazy. It is definitely different than a typical Norwegian cruise. So it's amazing. And there's going to be another one. And if you guys missed this one, you can go another one in August. It's going out of Spain. So it's pretty.
That's on the NCL Pearl, which is, I believe, that a sister ship of the Jade. So the Jade of
so this is interesting too. So that the Jade and the Pearl is going to be kind of similar ships.
They're smaller. If they're not in the same class, I know they're smaller size ships. I'm not 100% sure if they are in the same class. A lot of times you'll have like 3 or 4 ships in a class before they go on to a next one. I do know the Jade is about 2,300 passengers. I could be a little bit wrong, but I know it's on the smaller size in comparison to the people that know the Disney cruises. Right. It's a little bit smaller than the first Disney cruise ships, which were the Magic and the Wonder. It's a little bit smaller than that. Compare that to the Bliss that we just went on, and that one was 4,000 passengers. So a lot bigger ship, a lot taller. Usually with the newer ships, you have a lot more activities going on.
Can't imagine 2,000 people, let alone 4. Do you feel all those people?
I think you feel it the first day, because you're kind of, especially like when you have the muster drill, and then when you get on, people are going up to the buffet. But after that, we didn't really seem to have issues getting on it. Like maybe when you came out of a show, like the Jersey Boys show that they had, when they came out of that.
Or the pool area, there's a lot of people there too.
But it seems well spread out. There's a lot of areas within the ship that you can hang out. Now the Jade won't have as many as the Bliss, because it's an older ship, but a lot of people like the older ships, the smaller ships, more than the bigger ships. So everyone has their own preference, and you're probably going on the smaller ones probably better, because, for example, we're going on the Royal Caribbean, the biggest ship in the world currently.
Wow. Again?
That's the Symphony of the Seas. Okay, so. And they say once you shoot high, so we shot to the top. Anything else is going to be kind of like mediocre, because you basically just shot to the top of what they offer. So and a lot of people recommend, start medium and then work your way up to the higher.
What does that hold again? Is that the 4,000 one?
Well, that probably holds way more than 4,000.
That one, it's over 5,000. It's like 5,500 or something like that.
How'd they board all those people that quick? They have different ways to board?
They tell you, well, on the Bliss, I don't know how the Symphony of the Seas will do it, but the Bliss had 2 ports. So the ship was here, and they had one, like if you were on an odd floor, you went through this door, like a port, and then the other one at the beginning of the ship was the even decks. So they kind of did it so people weren't all trying to cram into one area. They were spreading them out into it. So it was, well, we went early too. We went as soon as the ship, they said that don't show up until 12. We showed up at 10 o'clock. Actually, I think we showed up at 9:30. And we were on ship between 10 and 10:30. So we got on there before it. And I think we were in boarding group 3. They'll give you, when you go through there, you'll check in. They'll give you your card. In some cases, they'll take your picture, if depending on the cruise line. And then after you go through it, you'll go into like a waiting area, and then they'll start calling the boarding groups. But it's like when they start calling, it's like an airplane. I mean, it's just like, you know, boarding group 1, and then like sometimes less than 3 minutes later, boarding group 2. So they get the people on there really quick.
Where you're going out on the ship, so it doesn't, everyone doesn't go at once. So Bob and Ashley here. Welcome, Bob and Ashley, one of my partner channels. Saying about over 6,000, 5,400 lower beds. I'm not sure what that means, but
that's the capacity. So whenever they look at the capacity of the ship, they look at it as being double occupancy. So in some cases, people will travel solo, so that can kind of fluctuate the terms of, you know, how many will actually be on the ship. So over 6,000 is what he was saying for. Florida Fanatic says, Dean G, let's go on Groove Cruise or Holy Ship. I haven't heard of those, but I know they like the EDM music, so I'm gonna imagine the Groove Cruise is going to be a lot of EDM music, which sounds pretty fun. Greg was thinking about going on the Golden Girls cruise.
No. I mean, it would be fun, but it's expensive.
Yeah. So you got a good sized cruise, actually. 4 nights. I think 3 nights is too short. So at least the fact that you're going on 4, it's a little bit longer.
For a Disney cruise like we did, 3 nights wasn't enough.
It's just a teaser, but it gets kind of you, if you've never gone on a cruise before, it makes you want to
go big or go home.
That's what we say. Go big or go home.
What do you guys recommend? Like, what's the minimum you should do? Like a week?
5 or 7.
At least 5.
7.
At least 5. We finally went on our first 7-night cruise, and we enjoyed it. It gives you a chance to, because you're going to have extra sea days. Those sea days where it just basically means you're not stopping at any port.
I think the sea days are better than the port days, in my opinion. Yeah, I just like being out on the sea to begin with. So
because you actually get a chance to unwind and not worry about it. Because when you go to a port, you know, you're looking at, okay, what are we going to do when we get there? Making sure you're off the ship, on the ship.
Looking at safety too.
Safety, yeah, depending on. Yes. Or I know you had said you weren't going to be leaving the ship, but what's your port of calls that you're going? The Bahamas is one, right? The Nassau.
Just Bahamas, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think we're just going back and forth to Bahamas. It's just because of the performers and stuff like that. So pretty sure.
You're stopping at Nassau.
Yeah, why? You guys have a story about that?
It's just not my favorite port. The only thing that they have there is on separate island is the water park, which we haven't been able to do yet.
Atlantis.
So I would recommend going over in that area, but Nassau itself.
I've been to the Bahamas. This will be my 3rd time. So.
What was it called? The Crazy Frog or something?
Senor Frog. That was fun.
Senor Frog. I would recommend eating there, like for lunch or something.
Yeah.
They didn't have, what is it called? The fried something.
The conch fritter.
Yeah,
conch fritter.
Yeah, something like that. They ran out of it, and we wanted to go there because that's what they're famous for. But we had other, food there and drinks, and it was a nice place. Reminded me of Rainforest Cafe a little bit, but I'd recommend going there if you want to have lunch or something.
Yeah, he had been there like 3 times, so he's a little bit familiar with it.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Yeah, just go.
No, I've been to Atlantis, and I've been, just Atlantis twice. I was at so.
Every cruise we've been on, we've gone to Nassau. Finally, in this September is our first cruise because we're going on a Canadian cruise. This will be our first cruise. We actually don't experience Nassau.
Which
we won't know what to do.
I won't miss at all. But nothing against Nassau. It's just not my favorite port.
Even on our Even on the Disney cruise, we won't be going, and we also won't be going on our group cruise. We're not going to Nassau, so that'll be.
We've been there what 2 times now, and it's just I think we've seen what we wanted to see on that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
it's cool always to get off the ship to at least take pictures of your ship, because the way the dock is in there, you can get some good shots of your ship. So that's kind of cool, even if you're not really interested in going off.
They actually have nice artwork on the side, like the
Jade is pretty cool looking. Yeah,
I like the whales and the sea creatures on the one we had.
The Bliss, yeah, that was cool. They will remind you, but if you're gonna leave the ship, you'll need your room key. In addition to, we used our driver's license, but sometimes they say your passport. But you need a photo ID.
Passport card. Do you think that's good enough?
I think you should be fine, but you still will need your stateroom key. Now, I would always say when you're leaving the ship, just confirm that it's okay.
Right.
Last time we bought alcohol, and they said to check it in a certain area. Well, we went there and nobody was there, so we just took it into our room, and nobody knowed the wiser, so it was fine.
So
if you buy, and we're talking about the bigger bottles, which we didn't buy. If you buy any alcohol, they will take it from you, but they'll bring it at the end of the cruise. You'll be able to pick it up. The main thing is they don't want you to drink while you're on the ship with it. It's there for you to take it home.
But they have alcohol anyway.
Yes, because they want to get. Yeah, they want to make their money. Of course.
But we had the unlimited package, so it's fine.
One of the things too to think about, you said the don'ts. I always say do get to know your stewards, your room stewards. I got so much kudos for these guys.
They take care of their stuff.
A lot of people think, I've already paid for my cruise. You know what? I don't need to pay these guys anymore. With Norwegian, you're going to have the gratuities for your room steward. We even go above and beyond that, because in most cases, these guys, in all cases, the life on a cruise ship, is insane. And a lot of them do come from like the Philippines or something like that. But they are away from their families. They work incredibly long days, nights, and they're there to make us have a better cruise. So even if if they don't open up at the beginning, we always we give them like a $20 tip. We try to interact with them, and usually by the end of the cruise, in a lot of cases, we've made friends that we've become friends with on Facebook.
I don't think they get paid that well, because they get paid in their own money, right?
No, they don't get paid a lot, but it's the fact that they don't really have a lot of overhead while they're there. They don't have the rent and all that stuff.
Don't they get paid in their money from their countries?
They would still get paid in what they have, but it's better than what they would earn in their country. So
do you have the same like people on the whole cruise, or is it different people every whatever?
For your room, yes, it'll be the same person that's assigned to you.
Some people you get to know better than others. Like we got to know the events director, or whatever you call them.
Cruise director, Silas.
Yeah, and he was really cool. We saw him a couple of times throughout the cruise and got to know him a little bit. We wanted to interview him, and he had to check with Norwegian, and they said it would have had to have been pre-approved, which is a little ridiculous. You know, we weren't going to ask anything like bad, just try to have fun, but we weren't allowed to. But we took pictures with him, so that was fine.
Yeah, they really protect them to make sure that the right questions are being asked and that the right answers are being given.
Right, checking first.
Yeah, yeah, we really value our time getting to know the staff and giving them. You're actually not supposed to tip them in money. They recommend doing like phone cards or something like that, but we just said, what the heck, we'll give them money because they can, it's something they can use. So we like to do that. And that's in addition to, so when you tip them, you can either do it the gratuities can be paid beforehand, or they'll add it onto your bill at the end of it. For the rest of the staff, it's going to be different, because your main dining rooms, you're not going to be with the same people. Your buffets, you might see the same people there. but all that's going to be different. Disney cruise, the main dining room, yes, they will follow you, but not on, at least on Norwegian, they won't do it. I think Disney's the only one that really will do that.
Okay. Interesting. Well, a couple of questions here. Monica's asking, do the ITP get a cabin partner? I'm one, kind of dreaming of a cabin of my own. What's ITP?
I know. I was going to say, I'm not sure what an ITP is.
You know, I know on our cruise, you can do a bunch of different stuff. You can get your own per people. They had different things on Facebook and stuff and groups. You can meet people. If you don't have people, I think they even actually paired you up if you really wanted to. But this is on the 6-man cruises. And Kay's asking in the room, do you have to keep your key in the slot to keep the lights on?
We didn't have to do that in the Bliss. We didn't have to do that.
I think it depends on the ship. So the Jade, which is an older one.
Disney.
Yeah, the Jade wasn't it was refurbished not too long ago, within the last couple of years. So it should have a lot of the modern technologies in there. I don't think it'll still have the technology of the Bliss, but we didn't need a room key in there. You probably will on there. So when you go into your room, as soon as you open it, you'll put the room key in a slot on the wall, and that will give power. It basically lets the system know that you're there. So electricity isn't being wasted. So you have to have it in there. Some people will put other cards in there to activate it. So like another, not like a credit card, but some other kind of card, like a Costco card or something like that. And it should work the same too.
Yeah, I'm looking around my desk for a card to break. So dummy. All right, what else? Give me some good tips, Derick, Greggory. Come on, let's go. What's some power tips here? DG power tips.
When we went on our dream,
it
was a 3-night cruise. We were very disappointed that we didn't get to see the whole ship. So I would say
take your time to walk the ship.
That's a great.
So definitely explore, because we did do that on the Bliss and we did it on the Magic, but we still felt there was more that we could have experienced. But I would say take the time. Now, on the first day, they will, if you're there without having to do any of the jobs, they will have your spa. Like everything will be open for you to go in there to see if you want to do it. So the spa will be open. The kids areas will be open. So if there's going to be kids on that cruise. But they do it so people who have not signed up for it, or people that are wondering if they wanted to bring their children to the kids area, that you can go into it. So it's open to everyone. But after that, it's closed off, and you can't walk to the spa and say, hey, can I go and look around? At that point, you have to then they say this is like day 3 of the cruise. Yeah. So that's a great day to go through and investigate, because on the Magic, we went through the different restaurants. We went through a lot of different areas that we weren't able to do on a normal basis. So take advantage of that. And then they do have a guided tour at the beginning on the first day. I think they have like 2 guided tours that it didn't work out for us with the times, but if it does, that's another way if you want one of the a ship crew member walking you through the ship to explain different things for you. So
check your movie listings and entertainment, because a lot of that stuff will fill up. If you don't plan ahead and stuff, get there ahead of time and stuff.
So if you want, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, Monica. I'm sorry, guys. She said independent traveler program, pay off cabin, 6-man per partner. You up with someone else? Yeah, Monica. Everything's on the Runaway to Paradise website. I'm not sure the exact specifics. So, and we have a couple of questions, if it's all right. Arlene was asking, do you recommend travel insurance for the cruise to Spain? What do you guys think of travel insurance?
Yeah, yes, I would recommend it.
And there's different ways you can do it. You can do the easy way and book through the cruise line. You can do another way. I think it's called, it looks like Alliance, but I think they pronounce it Allianz. We did
fancy.
Yeah. The reason is because if something happens, and this is where you kind of have to decide if you want to go through the cruise line or if you want to go through a separate insurance. Allianz will cover a lot more It's more expensive, but it will cover a lot more in case something happens. The cruise ships, like for example, when we were looking at if we were going to do travel insurance for the group cruise that we're doing, they said that the air wouldn't be covered. It was only if by chance something happened with the ship. If we booked things with the ship, like say we were booking an excursion, we were covered with it. If we by chance booked through a third party, if we were going to do a shore excursion, something happened, we weren't covered. So there was look into which way you're more comfortable with. But I will tell you, so those of you that might not know, our ship that we're going to get in a day before, which we recommend if wherever you're leaving from, get in a day before the ship leaves, because anything can happen. We were supposed to leave LA at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, and the plane didn't, that same plane didn't leave until 1 a.m. the following morning, which meant it got into Miami the day that we were leaving, like at 8:30 in the morning.
I remember.
We luckily were able to get on a 12 o'clock flight, so we got there with the time change around 10 o'clock, but our luggage was still on that original flight. So we could have waited for the airlines to take the luggage to our hotel room, but we didn't know how long it was going to take. So we went back to the hotel or to the airport, picked up our luggage as it came off the little luggage thing, and then we went straight to the port. So you never know. And that was one of the things that when we were going through this, we knew some way, somehow we would have been taken care of through American, we would have, if anything, we would have gone to the next port that they would have docked at. So it would have been, you know, sad, but at least we knew we had some kind of protection. If you don't get insurance, if you miss anything, you don't have, there's nothing you can do to get any kind of compensation from it. So even if we didn't get 100%, if we got 85% or something, at least by having insurance, you're going to get some kind of coverage. So we definitely recommend doing trip insurance.
The airport gave us those package things,
for
like
traveling.
2 of them. I don't even know what's in them. We never opened them.
No, yeah, they're
It was like a little blanket
pack
or something, and some other traveling things, just in case you need it.
We were taken care of by both the airport and that, so but yes, definitely insurance.
Okay, go for it. Give me some more tips, buddy. I interrupted you with that question. Sorry about that.
No, I'm just going to be it's going to be interesting how you can book things. So when you get on, if there's any shows that you want to see, I don't know if they're going to have, with them having all these bands, I don't know what Broadway shows, because they'll have usually 2 Broadway style shows on a cruise ship.
I don't know. I looked on the website, and I'll be honest with you, I really don't think that's part of the ship. I really don't. For this one, at least. But yeah, I did see that on the regular Norwegian.
They're gonna have a lot of concerts and stuff.
Yeah. So if that's not it, but if they do or don't, so if it's a restaurant, there's maybe a restaurant you want to dine at, you can on the first day. Well, for the Bliss, it might have been a little bit different, but there was different options for us. We could have done it. We could have booked things on the app, on the NCL app, that we downloaded on the phone. We could have gone to, it looks almost like a poster. It's by the elevators, but you touch it, and it's one of those interactive things that you can look at different stuff. You can look at dining reservations. You can do different things on it. So you can book stuff there. You can book them in your room.
There by the elevators?
They were on the Bliss. They were by the elevators, but they were still spread out different areas that they're basically touch screens that you can book stuff with. You could book them in your room, but the only downside is if you don't get in your room right away, you can't use your TV to book them in the room.
Right.
Or you can go to guest services and book them there. So there's a few different options.
Here's a stupid question for I'm going to ask probably a lot of them. So the free restaurants, you just go, you have to book those, or they're just you don't.
No, you go there. I think you can actually do it. No, with us, with the Bliss, we were with a group cruise, and we had already, our time was predetermined because there was 78 of us in the group cruise, and whenever there's a party, I believe of 6 or more, then you have to set the times up for, or you can set the times up for it. But what you do though is when you want the time, you just basically show up there if you didn't have reservations. But if there's a certain day and you knew you wanted to go, I'm sure you could make reservations even for a main dining room that's complimentary.
Okay. And then so the ones that you, obviously the ones you pay for, you make the reservation and they just charge it to your room and you pay for it later?
Correct. Yep. They'll charge you when you basically with your meal, they'll charge you for it.
And then is there tipping involved in any of the restaurants, or how does it work with that?
It should be on your receipt. If you look at it, they should do an automatic like 18-20% tax, and the gratuities should be involved in it. Yeah.
Now, the restaurants that are included, they add a tip too automatically, or they does not?
That should be part of what your when you pay for your gratuities, because mine's slipping on how much we paid. I think it was like $14.95 per person per day. And that covered not only the room steward, it also covered the other people that you were going to be like that are behind the scenes. So that could be the buffet person, that could be the person in the main room dining, but that part of it is covered.
Okay. I have a question too that came to mind. How does that messaging app work? Is it good? Does it stink? Go for it, use it, don't use it?
Well, mine didn't work on the Norwegians. I think it just depends what ship you're on and what area you're in and how good their internet is.
It didn't work for, a lot of people ended up getting refunded on it. So it was, I believe, like $9.95 for text messaging only. So our thought was, since we had such a large group, we would go download it and then we could message each other. Well, the downside of that is that you would have to go around to every single person to get, I don't know if it was your confirmation number. It was a certain number. I'm not sure exactly what number it was, but you had to give it to the other person in order to find them. You couldn't search through there and say, okay, they're in who's by name. So
privacy reasons.
Get me, so okay.
Yeah, so it was kind of wasted. And then it would have been nice to have a pop-up to know if there was any messages coming on, because when you're doing stuff on the ship and you're getting involved in stuff, you're not going to be pulling out your phone a whole lot, because you put it on you're going to put it on airline mode while you're on the ship, so you don't get charges. You're kind of programmed not to use your phone, so it's,
well,
for us, it wasn't worth it.
Hockey things, don't they?
That was on the Disney cruise, but I didn't see anything on the Bliss. Yeah,
I didn't think it was worth it on the Norwegian anyway.
So I think it depends. I probably had on my phone maybe 5 people, but when they saw the messages I sent them, it was usually like 5 hours later or the next day, because they were the same thing. They weren't always looking at their phone too. So from the way our cruise was structured, it didn't work out. But if you're going to have a lot of people that you're going to be able to communicate with, then it could be the way to go.
Okay. Welcome, Monorail Select Section Leader. Yeah, my buddy Chris, Disney World Adventures, had a live stream. Sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to step on you. Just sent over there from there. Very cool. All right.
What other things?
Good.
Oh, in terms of vlogging, we weren't sure how we were going to vlog different things. I would, a lot of people.
I tell you one thing, the way you guys told us around your live streams and when you did it, it didn't seem like you filmed a lot, but definitely check out D&G Explorers channel. Their blogs were incredible. You guys did an awesome job. So I've been watching them all week and everything, and I've been catching up because I've been a little crazy and busy and everything, but you guys did an amazing job. It was really good.
Thank you. Yeah, and one thing to remember when you're filming is your lighting will not always be perfect. In some of the restaurants, it's going to be dark if you're going to be filming that. And then the noise factor, because not only that you'll have the wind from being, if you're up on deck, but also in certain areas, it's noisy. And we ended up putting music in some of the areas of the video because you really couldn't, there was so much noise going on there. Sometimes I tried to adjust it, but I think sometimes I might have caused more problems for people hearing it than that. But just kind of be wary of what you're filming, what makes the Jade unique, what kind of restaurants they have. Those are a lot of people that have never sailed on it, because I don't really know a whole lot about it. So it'd be cool to just see what's being offered there. Restaurants, do they have a Starbucks on there?
There's a ton of people that do reviews and look around the Jade, and there's a lot, like, get a lot of views and everything. So I'm looking forward to blogging it, definitely.
Yeah.
How many blogs do you have from your cruise? 6, 5?
We just did number 8.
Wow.
But yeah, and we're gonna have that. We still have like 3 more days, I think, to go. So there probably will be, and then we're looking at doing like specific restaurants, like at the teppanyaki. We're looking at doing it.
You guys filmed a lot.
Well, when I went in there, I decided to film every day.
Okay.
At least, so I would have something. So instead of just saying, okay, I'm just going to film this restaurant on this day, I'm just going to do this. We ended up doing it because if we decided not to do a daily vlog, or if it didn't come out the way that we liked it, we said, at least it's there for us to decide what we want to do, because we weren't sure if we were going to do day 1. And that's the way that we've done it. But we first released the go-karts on the Bliss, and we also released a solo cabin. So that was more because we just got a new computer and we were testing with it. But that we're going to be doing more stuff after we do the daily vlog. So I think it's better to do it just because you have more stuff that you're doing. Now, with you, it might be harder, because what can you film while you're working? And then how much will you be working, which would affect what you're filming. But I think it's good just to find out what's going on every day.
Yeah, it's a great tip. Okay.
Just have fun on the cruise. See what you can do. Walk around, explore. Even areas you don't think you would want to go to, just go to them just to see as much as the ship as you can, because you might learn something that you didn't think you would learn. So, I know we did when we walked around.
There's so many people that are cruising, and everyone has their own taste. So what necessarily someone likes or doesn't like, you'll have a totally different, feeling on it. So it's going to be exciting to see, one, what a music group cruise will look like, and then what's being offered on it. But I'm just really interested with the Jade.
You'd be very surprised if you come off of a cruise and don't make new friends, at least a couple of them.
It's bizarre, because I probably, and you're gonna laugh at me, guys, but I probably know, I'm gonna probably guess I know about, say there's over 2,000 people on the ship. I'm gonna guess I know probably 300 people on the ship already, which is bizarre because I've done so many trips, and this is kind of like, I'm telling everyone, this is kind of like the greatest hits of these trips we do. So I know a lot. Like, even while we're doing this, people are messaging me and everything, asking me where I'm at tonight. Unfortunately, I couldn't go till tomorrow. I already broke your 1 tip, but I'm gonna go, and hopefully I won't have any issues tomorrow. So, but yeah, I know a couple hundred people on this ship, which is crazy. So,
oh yeah, is that rubbing to Disney? Am I seeing that right?
I don't get sick.
RVing to Disney.
You might feel like you're still on the ship when you're on land. Like when you get home, you still feel things moving for a while.
I get that when I go to Disney World with all the motion and the monorails and the rides and everything. I get that too. So, and Kay was asking me if I get seasick and motion sickness. I don't really think I do, per se. I don't like heights. Is that going to be an issue? Because I don't like heights. Okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And I showed them I have a balcony view, which is great. So I'm excited.
You'll love the balcony. And what we would do is we would leave, you're not supposed to, but we would leave the door open at night, so you can hear it's nice to go to sleep with the waves going. So
that's a no-no.
Why aren't you supposed to?
They want to keep it shut in case the ship tilts and you get thrown out.
Flying out like that happened at that one ship, but nobody flew out.
Yeah, exactly. But saying that about getting sick, you will love. It's almost like It's a Small World song, the Washi Washi song. When you go into the buffets, there are people that sing the Washi Washi song. Yeah. So, and the one thing to remember, it's such a small area of the ship. You're more in. Oh, I love the song. You're in such a confined area.
Biggest fan.
Make sure you're washing your hands, because you figure all these different people using the buffet utensils. You don't know what they've been doing. So Hand sanitizer. Make sure you bring hand sanitizer.
Make sure you wash your hands. They're very cleanly over on the ships, which is good.
Yeah, they're all over the place. When you get on the ship, they'll have like the hand things.
A lot of ships get docked because of stuff, right? Because of
So
whatever.
as long as you take care of yourself and make sure you're cleaning it. Yeah, you don't want the Norval virus in there and spend most of your time in the restroom. But that's the main thing. I mean, it's gonna be exciting to hear how your experience is with it.
I can't wait.
What time is your Salaway party?
I think it's about. I think that the muster drill's around 3, so it's probably going to be. It's between 3 and 4. I'm going to say, so it's in that range. So.
Oh, so it'll be like 12 or 1 our time.
Yeah, I did watch Bob and Ashley's sail away thing. I got some good tips. Thank you guys. And I think he gave me some good tips too. I forget what he said. I got to look at my message, but he gave me some good tips too.
Their sail away was awesome because the Royal Caribbean has a special internet, and they were way away from shore when they finally lost their internet connection.
That's not going to happen to me. I'm going to lose it real quick, generally.
We'll see. Well, you have the internet package, so I mean, if you do have the internet package, you should be better.
I don't be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to get the internet package. I don't know. I think I'm going to get the. They have a package where it's social media package. I think it's like $10 or something. It's not a lot of money, so I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to. You know, I'm staff too. We're gonna have walkies, believe it or not, too. So we'll have that too. So it's good.
Are you going on this cruise for free?
Well, I'm getting paid, actually. Isn't that great?
So you still had to pay to get on the cruise then, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
It's included.
Oh, okay. So you're getting on for free and you're getting paid. Wow.
Hey, isn't that great, guys? Not the brag. Bob would actually give it a thumbs up. Thanks, Bob. Too funny. Yeah, it's cool. It's a good gig if you can get it. Yeah, I get to travel all around the world. So Runaway tour is a lot of fun. So they get to go to Spain in August too. So
Arlene Smith said, yes, hand sanitizer. And Janine Disney DYE said, hi, everybody. So welcome.
Very cool. We got a lot of new people here, too. Definitely check out DG Explorers. Let's get those guys. They're close to, where are you guys at? Let me go look.
We're at, I think, 1,090, 1,091.
Yeah, so here, I'm going to give the link, too. Let me give you some time to plug the channel here, guys, and talk about your cruise. So before I get going here, I got to go finish packing. I'm almost done, but I got my tech gear here, so. But go ahead, guys. Talk about
so a little bit about we do. We're Disney, as you can see, D&G. If you can see our shirt, we have the anchor for cruising, and we also have the magnifying glass magnifying glass, because not only do we like to explore the parks, we also like cruising. So cruising on ships. Got to clarify that. We like cruising on ships. And
I don't know why I have to clarify that. I don't know what you're thinking of, but okay.
But we have 2 cruises coming up. We have the NCL Escape, Norwegian Escape this September. We now have the Disney Fantasy February next year. And then we also have our group cruise. So our whole purpose of doing a group cruise is for a lot of the Disney fans who might be interested in going on a cruise but aren't quite sure on it, to come with us, and we can help you feel a little more comfortable.
In the world.
Going on, it's September 26, 2020. It's a 7-night cruise out of Miami, and it's on the largest ship currently, because Royal Caribbean is now building another one, which is going to be bigger. At least they put an order in for it, but currently it's the largest ship in the world.
They have a lot of fun water slides and stuff
Symphony of
on
the
that
Seas.
ship too.
Yeah, it's an amazing ship. So
it's really colorful.
Go big or go home. We went big on it. So it's going to go.
Guys.
What's that?
I love that about you guys. Go big. Always go big. I like that.
Yeah. It's got. Is it going to Nassau? Now I got to remember which ports it. I know it's going to St. Thomas and it's going to St. Martin. So I know those are the 2. Oh, and it's going to Coco Key. There's Coco Key. Yeah, their own private island.
2 of those 3 places, so that'll be fun.
Yes. So it should be fun.
By the way, I just refreshed. You had 5 new subscribers. So.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! Thank you very much.
A little plug right there. I keep plugging it there. So definitely check out D&G Explorers. I'm giving you guys the links right down below. They're awesome. Love their channel. They're my sponsor channel, my power channel. It's awesome. Keep going, guys. I'm sorry. And where do they find out about how to sign up for the cruise you're doing?
So the best thing to do, because the last time I gave the email address, I gave it wrong. But on our channel page in the About section, you will see our channel, our email, which is the DisneyExplorers17@gmail.com. But it will be in there. If you send us an email requesting information on it, we will send you a flyer. Now, there's benefits of doing a group cruise because we are able to get it at a lower rate. The one thing with Royal Caribbean, no matter how you do it, you have to put a $500 deposit down. So you do have to do a little bit of planning to do it. But like Carnival will do like $500 deposit down as some specials. But that is the one downside of the Royal Caribbean. It is $500 you have to put down. But you have until May of 2020 to book the rooms. Otherwise, the rooms go back to Royal Caribbean. So we're starting small. We're just starting with 16 staterooms because we don't want to be overwhelmed. This is our first group cruise we are leading. But we're going to have definitely fun. We've already got some fun stuff planned. And then we do get perks by being I think we're called a travel leader or something like that. But what we're going to do is whatever benefit, whoever's going, we are going to throw it back to stateroom credit for the people on it. So, for example, if we do 8 rooms, we get basically room for 1 person.
What happened?
I think.
Did your power go out? I can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm here.
Oh,
guys.
there you are.
Oh, that was weird. So we're going to throw, so say we get, basically 1 person will get credit for it. For like a free room, we're going to throw all that money back into share it with the staterooms. So we want to give it back to the cruise to give people a little bit more money that they can spend on the cruise. So that's going to be another perk that we can give to it. So that's what we're looking at doing. We hope at least we get the 16 cabins filled. It's just going to be fun. And if people have never gone on a cruise before and they're not sure, this will be a good chance for them to experience and have fun with us.
I don't know. Bob was joking there. 8 rooms, 1 guest. Well, all right, guys. Well, that's cool. And I definitely put the link there. Put your email in the chat too.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And then you guys are just awesome. I love your channel. You guys are kicking butt. Congratulations for being monetized. You can buy their merch and everything. So they're my sponsor channels, my power channels. More sunshine, please, too. Check out Jim. He's awesome. I think Jim's left a while ago.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming on today. I appreciate it. I'm excited
for having us.
I wanted to have you guys on to talk about the cruise for weeks now. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going tomorrow. Let's do it. I want to have you guys on and give me some tips and everything. So, and if you think of any more tips, message me, guys. I'd like that. I got 5 or 6 solid tips. So thank you guys so much. And I know you guys are busy, and I'm sure you guys didn't eat yet because it's you guys just got home. So thanks again for coming on, guys. And so I'm going to say goodbye to you guys, and I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Don't forget, tomorrow between 3 and 4, I'm doing my Sail Away live broadcast from the ship. So definitely come tomorrow. Check it out. Definitely subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. And definitely check out D&G Explorers. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. I put the links below. All the links are below as well if you're watching the replay. Thank you, Derick. Thank you, Gregory. Thank you for all the tips. I appreciate it all. And thank you guys for coming in and stop. Good night, everyone. And if you're going on the cruise, I'll see you tomorrow. If you want to come, I'm going to be on I think, where do you think I should start the thing? On the upper deck, guys? Go to the upper deck, kind of like Bob and Ashley did?
Yeah. That's usually your best one because you don't know what kind of reception you're going to have if you're down inside the ship.
Yeah, so I'm going to go up to the top floor. I'm going to walk around up there. If you guys want to look on the stream, come join me upstairs and you can walk around. You can be on the stream. I know my buddy Luke is on there. A bunch of people are going to be on there invited up. So I'll see you tomorrow on the ship, everyone. And thank you guys again. And you guys come on again. And I love when you guys come on my channel. I've been trying to get you guys on for a while. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. We really appreciate it.
No problem, guys. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
I'll be seeing everyone tomorrow and I'll be vlogging. Thanks a lot.